Start winning at the races with Daily Racing Form's new mobile pass performances, featuring exclusive buyer speed figures and expert analysis and selections. Go to drf.com/best and get the power of DRF in the palm of your hand.
Hi, everyone. It's closing weekend of the 2-week summer meet at Los Alamitos. Del Mar begins next Friday, but we have a couple of significant graded stakes races to talk about on the 4th of July, Saturday at Los Alamitos. The Grade 3 Los Alamitos Derby for 3-year-old Kentucky Derby hopefuls. You don't normally use that sentence with regards to the Los Alamitos Derby. And also the Grade 2 Great Lady M for filly mare sprinters, including Bella Fina. This segment will talk about the Grade 3 Los Alamitos Derby. The purse is $50,000 less than the Great Lady M. And the grade is Grade 3 compared to Grade 2, but I dare say the Los Alamitos Derby, probably the more significant of the two stakes races that will be run Saturday at Los Alamitos, and that's nothing new with regards to the Los Alamitos Derby. This race has been run 6 times in the 6 years that daytime racing has taken place at Los Alamitos. And listen to some of the winners of the Los Alamitos Derby. In 2014, Shared Belief scored the first dirt victory of his career. He would go on to win 4 more Grade 1 races on dirt, including the Pacific Classic, the Malibu, the Santa Anita Handicap. That was the very first running of the Los Alamitos Derby at Los Al. 2 years later, Accelerate scored the first graded stakes win of his career. He would go on to win 5 more Grade 1s, including the 2018 Breeders' Cup Classic. And in 2017, West Coast, the first graded stakes win of his career, he would follow up the Los Alamitos Derby by winning the Travers and also the Pennsylvania Derby. So in 6 years, the Los Alamitos Derby has been a relatively significant race, and perhaps this year more than usual because of the rescheduled Triple Crown series. This year, the Derby is on September 5th, and every one of the 5 runners entered in the Los Alamitos Derby may have Kentucky Derby aspirations. Perhaps some have a better chance than others. Let's take a look at the field. A field of 5. Small fields are typical for this race. The average field size the first 6 years was only 6.0. So we have 5 starters this year. Actually, last year we had 4, and the year before we had 5. So this is a race that typically gets a small field, but as I alluded to earlier, it typically gets a good field. The favorite on the morning line will be number 4, Uncle Chuck. He's a son of Uncle Mo, well-bred on the bottom side. His debut was impressive. The second choice on the morning line is his stablemate, also trained by Bob Baffert, and that's number 3, 1,000 Words, the 9-5 second choice. Third choice on Ed Burghart's morning line will be number 5, A New Door. Runner-up in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile last fall, runner-up in the Los Alamitos Futurity. So let's talk first about, let's talk about the horse that I kind of like, and that's number 3, 1,000 Words. At the start of the year, 1,000 Words was on most everyone's short list of Kentucky Derby candidates. He won the Los Alamitos Futurity in his second career start. He won the Grade 3 Bob Lewis in February at Santa Anita, and then he tailed off. He got dusted by Authentic in the San Felipe, and then last time out in early April at Oaklawn, 1,000 Words stumbled badly at the break on a sloppy track, completely misfired, and Baffert brought him home and kind of started from scratch with 1,000 Words. 1,000 Words has been training lights out for his first start since early April. Blinkers have been off. He has been working in company. Baffert has put a target in front of 1,000 Words, and 1,000 Words has responded going after the target each time. This was a horse that seemed a little bit lazy earlier on in his career, but he's cranked and ready for his comeback race. And we already know how good 1,000 Words is. We actually already know how good A New Door is as well. Let's go back and take a look at the Los Alamitos Futurity run in December at Los Alamitos on a good track, and 1,000 Words will take the lead. That's A New Door coming to his outside. Bear in mind, this is the second career start for 1,000 Words, stretching out off a single sprint race, and he gets past the rival on the inside. Here comes A New Door on the outside. Looks like he's going to blow right past. No. 1,000 Words is a good horse. He fought back inside and won by a decisive margin of, the margin was a neck, but he kind of toyed with A New Door a little bit in that race. Bear in mind also that A New Door was coming into that race off a runner-up finish in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. So that was 1,000 Words in the second start of his career. Like I said, his form subsequently tailed off, but this son of Pioneer the Nile, he seems to be coming back as an improved 3-year-old, at least based on the workouts that I've watched on xbtv.com and trainer Bob Baffert's confidence going into this race. He thinks that 1,000 Words is a new horse, and we're going to find out on Saturday in the Los Al Derby. He's the 9-5 favorite. He's my top selection, but you have to respect the promise displayed by number 4, Uncle Chuck, the 6-5 favorite on the morning line. Uncle Chuck made his career debut June 12th at Santa Anita. He's the son of Uncle Mo, and you talk about a horse with some pedigree. He's a sibling to Grade 3 winner Electric Forest, a Grade 3 winner named Kentuckian, and also a sibling to McLean's Music, who started once in his career, but it was quite the impressive debut. He earned a 114 buyer. McLean's Music did. Well, Uncle Chuck didn't run quite that fast, but his debut was impressive. It was June 12th at Santa Anita. Let's go ahead and take a look. And Uncle Chuck, after breaking slowly, he made the lead inside. He went fast on the lead. And Uncle Chuck, in deep stretch, you're going to watch this guy kind of jump tracks and switch back to his wrong lead. He raced a little bit greenly in the deep stretch. It is right there. And he was prepared to jump tracks, I guess I should say. He raced greenly, but he won by 7 lengths with a 95 buyer speed figure. And that was after doling out some pretty swift early fractions, 46-2, 111 at Santa Anita for a 1-mile race. That's flat getting it. Now, Uncle Chuck, if he runs back to that figure and nobody else careers it, Uncle Chuck can win the Los Alamitos Derby. This race has been won by odds-on favorites 4 of the last 6 years. But there's a couple reasons to maybe be a little bit leery of taking a short price on Uncle Chuck. We know he's a good horse, and it is bred to be a good horse. But this is his second career start, and the second start of a horse's career can often be the telltale sign whether he or she becomes a good horse or whether competition just completely unravels the horse. I would suspect that in Baffert's care, Uncle Chuck is probably going to be okay, but even he admitted, or acknowledged, I should say, early this week that the second start of a horse's career is very important. Secondly, a new door is drawn to the outside of Uncle Chuck. A new door needs to be in the race early. He needs to use his speed. So we have Uncle Chuck up on the front end and a new door also up on the front end. The pace should be legitimate. They're going 1 mile and 1/8. We're going to find out who the best horse is in the Los Alamitos Derby. I think it's going to be number 3, 1,000 Words. 9-5 second choice and the most probable winner of race 6, the Los Alamitos Derby on Saturday at Los Alamitos.